And I have another layout using the Studio Calico double scoop kit, and it was a September kit. This is the 28th layout I made with this kit, and it took me about 56 minutes to complete. I am down to some scraps, and I'm trying to use up as many scraps as I possibly can. Before I did this voiceover, I finished off the 31st layout. I think I have 1.5 sheets, and it's not a full sheet, it's about a 3/4 of a sheet and a half left. And I haven't decided if I'm going to try and do another layout or if I'm going to call it quits and, throw away those 2 pieces of pattern paper. And because there's not a lot, or just put it in my scraps or whatever the case may be. And there's not a lot of embellishments left either. So I'm hoping to do the Killer Kit tomorrow, but it probably won't be updated for a few days, as this is the 28th layout. And I'm just uploading the 27th today. And today is March 6th. So it won't be probably till next week that you'll see the Killer Kit video, because I only upload 1 video a day. So now this is a picture. Again, I'm doing 2006 pictures, because the challenge on my Facebook group was to use older pictures. So I grabbed my 2006 photo box and I started scrapping with those photos. This is the same time that me and my girlfriends drove to Memphis, and we had stopped in New York. When we drove into Memphis, there was a huge scrapbook store, and at the time we didn't have too many scrapbooking stores in our area. We had a couple, but there wasn't too many things. So any scrapbook stores along the way that we saw, we stopped and we shopped, and we bought so much stuff. And back then the online thing wasn't as big as now. Like shipping everywhere, shipping was outrageous. And so whenever we could find a place where we could buy scrapbooking supplies, we would jump on it, because we absolutely loved it. And the people that owned the store loved us too, because we did drop a few pennies on that trip on scrapbooking. So this pattern paper here, it's the bright pink on the back side, and this side here is all words. And actually that's one of the scraps that I have left, is that piece of pink pattern paper. So what I might actually do is just cut all the words apart and actually put it aside in my my stuff, so that I have the words that I can use on layouts. And then the last pattern paper is that scallopy one that is sort of fallish. That one, I don't know, I might just chuck that one out, because it wasn't my favorite pattern paper, and the fact that I used it at all, I was impressed. And that was the second pattern paper. Now I'm going to use some of those Studio Calico little alphas that came in the kit. That is the second or third time that I'm going to use them. And at first I thought I was going to take some of that scallop pattern paper, and I was going to put it at the top and the bottom of the layout. But if you listen to my videos a few days ago, or even the one yesterday, I do the voiceover quite a few days before it actually goes up, because I'm trying to get ahead of the game. So I don't remember when exactly it was put up on YouTube. But I said that I fill up my white space. Like there's not a lot of white space on my layouts. So I was going to try and do a few layouts that left a little bit more white space. So I'm going to decide against those strips at the top and the bottom. And I'm just going to leave it open. And I'm going to put some doilies on this page. And Janet asked me if I was thinking of buying the doily die from Prima. I haven't seen the doily die from Prima. I think I ordered a couple of smaller dies from My Favorite Things. I can't remember if I took them out of my cart or if I left them in there. So I'll have to go check on my order if I kept them. But that's my plan, is to get a few dies. And there was, I think it was coffee filter paper from Stampin' Up, and I bought quite a few packages, so I'm going to use that. And other supplies that I have there to make my own doilies and see how they turn out. I'll let you guys know how it works out. Once I get my dies, I'll need to put that on my to-do list of videos. Different things that I use to different types of papers and materials that I use with my dies of doily. So I'm just writing it down there so that I remember to do it. At this point, I had walked away. I find, or maybe I hadn't walked away yet. I get to a point always, especially when I scrapbook a lot of pages in a row, I'm just out of ideas and I need to walk away. So at this point, I'm just putting all the things that I think that might go on this page. I'm going to pull out, stickers, the title, and the stickers that I think that I might use from my sticker sheets, like doilies. I cut out some hearts from one of the pattern papers. And then what I did was I'm going to use my Zinc of Stella glitter pen, and I'm just going to color in those hearts just so that they look like they're an embellishment and not just a piece of pattern paper that I had cut out. I had taken out some of the big enamel, epoxy, or enamel shapes that I had gotten in a Studio Calico kit, and I hadn't used them all. I don't end up using it on this kit, but I always have them close so that eventually I'll get them used up. And now I find like I have enough stuff, so I'm going to start gluing everything down. And that pattern paper, I really do like it. I just wish there would have been other pattern papers, that pink one that matched in the kit with it. And the light pink that actually came from the 4x6 paper pad that I had bought to go along with this kit. And I ended up using that paper pad almost, I think maybe 4 or 5 sheets left on that 4x6 paper pad, which is good. I'm getting it used up. I cut apart some of the words that were on the back side of that bright pink pattern paper. And then there was a sticker. It was a long chevron arrow, and I cut it in 3 spots or in 3 different sizes. And I'm going to put it on the 3 embellishments. And I just showed you the pen. That's the Wink of Stella, and it's a Zig pen, and it's a glitter pen, and it's clear. It comes in a multitude of different colors, but the only one I got was clear, because then it just takes on the color that is the pattern paper or whatever the embellishment is. So I was fine with just getting the clear, but it does come in, I think, 24 different colors or something like that. And now that I have my base done, I'm going to start gluing the rest of the embellishments. I had used that pink doily on the last layout, and I had a piece of it left, so I'm going to use it on this layout. And I was going to try and use those scissors on this layout, but I just couldn't get them to fit. And then I'm going to use again the outline of a label, and I'm going to put it in the clusters. And I give up on those scissors. It's just not going to work out. And then the title of the page is Shop Till You Drop. And I wanted to put some of that black and white washi that came in the kit, just because the photo was mounted on black, so I want to add more black. And the title of the page is going to go to the right side of the layout, right down the center of the page. And then I'm going to put some washi tape on either side of it to sort of ground it so that it looked like it meant to, belong there. So I'm going to fuss with the letters a little bit until I like the placement. So the shop and drop is thickers, and they're the rubber pink thickers, and it's sort of like the gray one that we got in this month's kit. But I felt like I had used those gray ones enough, and I used them plenty of time that it changed the color. And I think I was out of O's and a whole bunch of letters, so I just figured that I would use my pink ones. And I was also already using, letter stickers that did come in this month's kit, the pink one. They also gave us blue ones from Studio Calico, but the blue did not coordinate with any of the blue in the kit, so I didn't use the blue ones whatsoever. But I'll just put it in my stash, and someday I'm sure it'll match a page that I need, and I'll just use it, because for me, letter stickers is you can't go wrong. Like, the more you have, the better it is. Now I'm going to take out my sewing machine. I put some bright pink thread in it, and I'm just going to put a few stitches in the 3 spots of where the embellishments are, and that's going to take me a few seconds. I'm trying to use my sewing machine a little bit more, considering that I went and bought all that thread a few months ago in, I don't know how many colors, 20 some colors. I want to make sure that I try to use it as much as I can. So I just put the thread in the 3 different embellishments, and now I'm going to ball up some pink twine, and I'm going to glue it down using my quick dry adhesive, and that is my favorite glue. I bought it at Michael's, and I just use a coupon. And I think it was, I can't remember who asked the question, but they said they got quick dry adhesive and it's different. There is 2 different bottles, and to me, there's no difference. Like, I have both bottles and there's no difference. I just buy whatever's there. But one has a red nozzle and one has a purple nozzle. And they do have a different name on the front, and I can't remember what the different names are, but they're the same. They work the same. I have both, and I grab one or the other. Like, it doesn't matter. So to me, they're the same, although they do have 2 different names, but they work the same way. So then I took out pink and black Mr. Huey, and I put it in the 3 different clusters. And now I'm going to show you some close-ups of the layout. And then I took a few still pictures to show you, the different clusters. And I think the battery died, and the only thing I added was I did add some stars that came in this month's kit and some enamel dots. And that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.